Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one we're going to be looking at the Hustlin Prizewall for this weekend. Um, there's a bunch of tours still today. I'm recording this before reset, so not really sure where people are going to end up with medallions, but 11 is where I'm at. Um, Kind of hard to say where I'll end up. Maybe in the 20 range, maybe in the 30 range, somewhere in there, without spending, I think. But that's a guess. We'll just start with the gears, and I'll just kind of rate them in order that I like them, and I'll tell you why. I think the best gear on here is the Yeet gear, simply because it lets J2 click for like 130 million. Um, he hits super hard, he's super fast, and it's really, really useful. Um, and that's without like using a Royal Rumble or anything, makes him super fast. So that's my personal favorite gear. After that, and also guys are used way more than ladies, like basically like 3 events to 1 in the ratio wise, so you end up having to use guys more than ladies. If that ever changes, then I would revisit, how I'm ranking this. I would put CM Punk gear second for the same reason I have Jay's up there ahead, because guys are used the most. He adds MP. It really isn't going to add a ton of damage. It's more to have so you can save an MP trainer, and also if they do steel cage nonsense where you can't use entourage, you can get loaded with his gear, right? So I would put that as the next best gear. Then I'd throw Mommy's on there after that. She gives MP, doesn't really need it. Same kind of thing with steel cage. Although you could make a case that Naomi is the equivalent to J gear, and Mommy is the equivalent to CM Punk in this, because Naomi then can 2-click for a bunch of damage, like over 100 million. So I guess if I'm being consistent, I would rate Naomi's gear more useful because it makes her faster. In fact, I'm going to change that. I will say Naomi's I would rank higher, because Mommy doesn't need it. It's really only if there's steel cage, where this is going to make an impact all the time and increase speed. So I'm going to be consistent. I changed that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then after this, Charlotte gear because of MP, and then the Maxine gear. After that, it adds damage, but doesn't really necessarily speed her up. So that's how we're going to rate it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in that order. That's how I rank the gear. Those are my reasons why. Hall of Fame Ray gear. This is the MP gear. If you don't have one, lets him do a lot. You can see lots of videos with him on what you can do with this gear. For 10, if he's in particular your best showboat, that's a steal, and I think you should get it if he's your best showboat, or could potentially be your best showboat. The gear hangers, I mean, they're cool. I guess if you're chasing a specific gear, you'll know better than me. And if it's game changing for you, then okay, I can see it. Otherwise, I personally don't love it. I'm not looking for any gears that I can get with the gear hangers, because I find most of them underwhelming, or I already have the ones I like. So that one's not really a big deal. I think the Rhea Ripley strap is absolutely outrageously priced for 70 medallions. The only reason you should ever get this is if you have everything else, so it's like for the whaliest of whales. Tamatonga gear, sorry, Tongaloa gear, I mean, it's whatever. You're not going to use him. He's a tech, you have Shredder, so it's kind of a waste unless you just want to collect it to have it. The John Cena Hustle Loyalty Respect gear at strap at 30 is kind of better because he's PG era. So check your straps. If you get him and you're going to run him with a gem damage build, then you have a lot more currency to work with anyway. So then I kind of do like it in that case if you don't have a decent strap for him. So double check that. A Rhea Ripley gem strap, I don't like this at 100%. I think it's a massive waste. Just it's a gem defense, whatever. A huge waste. This is like the worst strap price thing on here. Jesse Ventura strap's kind of cool for 10, just because it's a 150, same as the Bliss for 20, but you'd be passing up on shards. So, I mean, really, Mommy shards 100 for 14, even if you're a long way away, is her shards were hard to come by, so I find it very reasonably priced, especially you compare it to CM Punk, Yeet, you know, is cheaper than both of those. These two are horribly priced, but if it recruits them, you know, I get it. Um, Nye is okay, but you're probably a long way away on shards. Gunther, very much like Mommy, good price. Uh, Cody's good price. LA Knight's not really good, so only if, like, you know, nothing else in the prize well suits you. Roman's obviously great. Decent price, but so there's that. If this recruits Flair for you at 3 for 100, love the pricing there. EO is required a lot, so I get that, but she's not like great. Jacob Fatu's amazing. His shard's on here again. So these are my call out, like on the shards, Charlotte and Jacob. If you don't have them, super well, good price. Get your 200 shards, get closer, for sure. This CM Punk is whatever. He's fine, but again, Shredder exists, so why? Um, so that's kind of that. Cody's still very relevant. Seth freaking Rollins relevant. Gunther's very good. Mommy's amazing. Yeet's amazing. CM Punk's amazing. So a lot of really good shard choices. Again, as always, like, you know your roster better than me, but in particular, like these two, if you don't have them yet, Charlotte is probably still the best tech. Potentially Liv if you have the right things, but it's really iffy. Um, and Charlotte's got a better top end. And Jacob is still one of the best acros in the game. Big account changer for a lot of people, right? These straps, I don't like the pricing. Get shards, and as usual, econ, like, terrible. Like, this is what you do if you have no other option. You should never grab this stuff. It's short term looking at your roster, like any of it. To be honest, I find it a massive waste. I never get it unless I don't have anything else to take. So for me, I'm like 195 shards from Gunther, so if I get to 28, that would be hard to pass up. However, Mommy is a bigger difference maker on my roster, so even though I'm still, I think, like 800-ish away on Mommy, I probably will go that route, and still not recruit Gunther. Although that's I don't want to do that, but you know, if somehow magically, and by magically I mean with the almighty dollar bill, I decide to spend, if I could get to in my budget to the Naomi gear, I would love that, because just like Jay, 2-click striker being a massive difference maker on my roster. Now with Bailey not being able to 2-click anymore against takedown 3 versus takedown 3, Naomi's value continues to go up. So I actually really, really want this gear. I have Pumpkin and J gear. I don't have Naomi gear. No, Mommy, there's no way in on God's green earth I'll get that unless somehow magically I luck into hitting Cena. If I decide to do more, so going that route. If I didn't need any shards, and I was in that 20 to 30 range, I would probably just grab both of these if I didn't need any shards, but not while needing shards, if that makes sense. I'd rather get closer to somebody than take specific straps for people. So that's kind of my Prizewall breakdown. I think, again, and I've been saying this a lot lately, it's another really strong shard Prizewall. There's a lot of good shards on here. Like I said, you know, I just got Punk, so I feel like those are still going to be really valuable. J shards, really valuable. Mommy shards, Naya shards. I mean, these are people that you could easily not have all 4 of them on your account, right? I got these two semi recently and very recently. Seth freaking Rollins still very rare. I still don't have Gunther. Cody's great, and just people are still chasing him. Obviously, Roman is amazing. And Charlotte is really good, and Jacob are really good. So I feel like there's a lot of, like, levels of shards that can be useful to a lot of accounts. So I'm a big fan of this prize wall, the distribution, the different levels of shards for all sizes of rosters. The rest of the prize wall to me is pretty underwhelming. The gear part is cool. The gear and the choices is awesome. They're just, I wish these were about, oh, I feel like they're about 15% too expensive, right? Like, they're very hard to get, but if you reduce their cost by like 15%, that would be right in the wheelhouse. But all in all, this is a great one too. All in all, I think it's a pretty solid prize wall for shards, and really nice for gears, although a bit overpriced on the gears. Look like it's really hard to get. So yeah, not bad. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you get, what you're gonna take. Like I said, I'm not sure where I'm gonna end up yet. Most likely, I'll be deciding between Gunther and Mommy Shards, though. So yeah, that's my video. Hope it helps. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, because that helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I did not get a lot of sleep, and I did not sleep very well, so I'm not feeling great, but I am making this video.